Hold on. Thank you. Hi. Welcome to bobbyjunelive. This is like my pre-setup. I forgot to un-pre-setup. Pardon me. Hold on one second. Let me, Okay, well, hold on. God, hello. Oh, shit. I did remember it. My bad. Hold on. This is stupid. Mondays suck. What the fuck are you going to do? They suck even at night. What? Number 2 is me. Is that... Bitch, I thought that was true. Well, 1, 2... Oh, it's pointing at the wrong mother. Ah, there we go. Okay. What? Hi, welcome to Bobby June Live. Hello, Monday morning. That's what it feels like. Just starting. I hope you guys had a good day. And all that. All right, let me set my shit up. This is like a... What is today? Today is a day. Hold on. I'm looking at my shit up there. All right, we got some new setups. I don't know what to get in and out of the way. I'm going to get this in my way because I have things I need to do on this tabletop I'm setting up right here. It's an old monitor I turned into a table. It's kind of not... There's something about taking something that was valuable and turning it into a table. You know, a monitor that doesn't work anymore. And it has a nice surface. It's kind of got a flat, smooth surface that's rigid. So, I'm okay with that. Okay, so I have to... There's a bunch of technology today. And all y'all hate technology, get the fuck out because it's technology day. So, okay, that. Oh my God. Okay, I've been hard at work. So, first things first. Which one's that? First things first is I get to pay attention to a device I created. Because when you're... I hope my levels are okay. Fuck. I got so much to tell you about it's geeky shit though, so what the fuck? It's good though if you're gonna start a podcast, pay attention. Bomb. Okay, screw that. So, what I have today is well, first I have to plan because life has, when you're working in an environment where flexibility is paramount, you must take advantage of technology so that you can apply flexibility or enable flexibility or whatever the word is that you would want to do with flexibility. And great things come out of flexibility when you when you're forced to do something that changes your modus operandi. Oftentimes what comes out of that is, hold on, let me change my modus operandi right now. Hold on. 6. 6. Fuck that. That's right. I'm paying 7. What about 7? All right, 7. Oh man, they're all... Oh, that's sticky as fuck, dude. Nobody cleans the sticky shit off. Ugh, so grody. All right, 1, 2. Okay, 2. Yeah, I could look up at that. All right, right above me, up there, is the screen. And that screen shows me what it is that you see. And I've never had that before. I've sat over here for quite some time until now with no knowledge of what everybody sees. And I like that because test 1, 2. Okay, I hope the level's fine. Sorry, guys. I like the fact that I can't go up and look at myself because that's odd. You know, I'm looking at my forehead. Greasy. So, no good. I need a towelette. Where's my towelette? Towelette, please. So, and bald people have to worry about that. That's our hair. that's our hairstyle. Greasy or not greasy. So, I have this screen above me here. Now it's sideways, so it's not optimal, but it allows me to see what y'all see. And the reason that's there is because when flexibility, when the application of found flexibility needs to apply, or necessitated sexability needs to be applied. I'm showing you this fucking flexibility today. Today's flexibility. I should have titled it flexibility, not automation. Flexibility is the new title. Retype that in, please. Whoever you are. Oh, man. So, automation is kind of flexibility. Because when automation, as it has for hundreds of years, pours upon you, or us, it is the flexibility of humanity that allows us to, for some reason, continue working. I don't understand that. I mean, I find it. It's funny because switch, bitch. Overall phone. No, they're all functional. Yeah, they're not that good. Here's 4. That's a very interesting shot. Go ahead, zoom. Flexibility is the bane of our desire because it tends to place work as important. And so when we saw automation starting to happen when the Industrial Revolution took place, there should have been celebration in the street, not necessarily concern. So, and I know why and everything. People want to eat and have a bomb jacket. They don't want to lose their hovel that they were in back then, whatever it was they were in. Same thing here, hovels. So, automation, don't fear automation. Because you're flexible, you can't avoid it. It's impossible. So we're going to show you the process of flexibility through automation. All right. So. First thing is, as aforementioned, technology. The only way humans can, there might be some monkeys out there that can claim some type of flexibility alteration through some type of social interaction, maybe cohesion, maybe pair bonding. What kind of flexibility do non-technological or very minimal technological beings offer themselves? Pair bonding, kinship. There's tons of there are a handful of ways that handbound beings bend with the environment. Not us, because we're better. We're better than all of the other beings on the planet. Right, Thomas? We're better than all of the other beings. Every single one of them. I don't give a fuck. Ants. I don't care if there's more ants than us. Microbes. I don't care if there are more microbes than us. They can't watch YouTube. They can't They can't, and then add your words. Microbes, please. I've seen them, what they do under the microscope. They do three things. They move forward, they move backward, and they move side to side. Oh, that's four things. They might move up and down. We'll call that side to side. Microbes, very boring. And they eat. Okay, say 10 things a microbe does. Run. A microbe does a lot of things, actually. They probably do 100 things. Microbes, okay, my bad. Microbes also high up on the chain. Because God knows what it's like. Imagine if you were born a microbe. Oh, my God. And it is of the same likelihood that you were born a human. If you were born a microbe, what the fuck would it be like? It would be, basically the same thing, just simpler. But man, imagine being a microbe running around in my gut right now, doing things. They aren't even aware of whatever's going on. They're just in my gut. This is the world. This is the world. This is it. They can't look up, and wonder. So they have a simple brain. They have a simple process. Anywho, back to where we were. Ooh, I have to be careful back here. There's a lot of shit. So what we have here is the adaptation of the podcast. And it will do this and that and the other thing over time. So there's nothing final here. This is just part of the scheme that moves forward. And so above me is a screen that lets me see myself. I don't want to look at it, but it helps me orientate. It helps me orient my mind with what screen, what camera is being shown to the public. The way I choose the cameras from this arena or this area or this seat or this station is a keyboard. All right, this is the keyboard right here. This keyboard has a peculiar silver clip on it. It clips down the shift key. The reason it clips the shift key down is because Switcher Studio, our application, requires that key to be pressed when you choose number 1 through 9. Number 1 through 9 are the keys that are pressed. For example, here's 1. That's here. 2 is me. 3 is above me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? So those keys allow me or anybody, Thomas, whomever, to switch between cameras. That doesn't let us choose other cameras, but it lets us choose between the primary cameras that are up. So I have this keyboard here. This is the crux of the automation. Everything I'm going to talk about from here on out is based on the connectivity between this keyboard and Switcher Studio, which is the iPad that Thomas uses to switch between cameras. Yeah, okay, let me retitle this evening. This evening is the automation of Switcher Studio. The first time Switcher Studio has ever been automated. And this is not, the part I'm talking about right now is not the automation part. I'm still fucking clicking buttons. So there's no automation to clicking buttons. I have to be taken out of the loop. But this is the only way for me to show you these multiple cameras while I'm sitting here alone. So that clip must remain. Now when it's off, it goes here. This is Thomas's keyboard actually. So there it is on the shift key. Now I'm going to place it back over here where it's out of reach and difficult to get to because I'm paying attention to you or whomever's here. And so, oh, by the way, T Smooth, if you want to come back, that's fine. Tonight's a fine night. Just text me or something. I don't know where my phone is. Well, you could if you want to. Hope all's well. Did a good job last time. Okay, so that keyboard's sitting there. It's too far to reach. I have another one coming that's going to be mounted right here on my armrest. So that's one upgrade, but that's still manual. That's manual. That's still me switching cameras, which is not what I want to do when I'm in depth in conversation. But being here will be much better. So we're still not in the realm of automation. I'm still explaining the basically it's a handoff. I'm taking Thomas's job and transferring it into this seat, into this area. So what I'm explaining now is just the transfer of manual camera switching. So since he's not there right now, he's a busy guy. I have taken the adaptation. The initial adaptation is, okay, I'll switch then when you're not here. I'll switch. That's fine. So that's what I'm going to explain first is I'll switch. So that screen up there and this keyboard right here allow me to switch. Here we go. I'm going to switch right now. Switch. Oh, don't.
Motion detected at the
Oh, God, who's there? I don't want to hear about it. Oh, it's Thomas. Damn it. Fucking goddamn. Thomas, go away. Let me be. Can I be. Please. He hears me out in the hall, in the front studio, too. Dick. So, don't come in there. Stay back there for a while. It's all good. Hang out. So, as I take this keyboard and choose between cameras, that's fine. But if I'm talking to somebody, I can't reach over there, so I'll put the keyboard right here. It's still me switching. Now, I don't know which number to hit. 1 through 9 are my choices. I've got 9 cameras live. 1 through 9. Here are the 9. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2. Those are the 9 cameras. I don't remember what they fucking are. And every time I would have to do this, I would have to take a piece of tape it across the keyboard, and still be distant from it. And I'd have to look at the keyboard and wonder, oh, yeah, that's host 1, host 5, sidekick 1, Thomas 3. Fuck that. So what I made was, and this is an enjoyable thing for me to make, is I made a customizable camera. What do they call this? A camera. What do they call that at the top of a map? That what designator? Legend. This is a camera legend. This is a It tells me the 9 numbers of the 9 cameras. The reason it's vertical is it has to correspond with the keyboard that's going to be right here on my armrest. It's vertical because the keyboard, when I place it here on my armrest, it will be vertically aligned. So when I look up to wonder which camera is number 1, the top number on this keyboard right here, the furthest forward, will be the furthest forward here. And that number, because I'll have nubs on that keyboard. I'll have to have nubs on that bitch ass. So I'll know that number 1 is the arm, which is right here. You can't see that because I can't switch from here because I have to reach over because I don't have a keyboard right here. And so, but these numbers are permanent here. When I get here and I have to load the cameras into switcher, I made this magnetized so I can switch whichever order the cameras come into, because you don't know this, but the cameras come into various orders and you have to they change all the time. They're not permanent, and that's a big complaint of mine. So this thing sits across from me, right here. You can't see it. I'm not going to switch. So it sits in front of me. And the reason it's vertical, not to mention the line up here, because when I have it vertical here, I'm not missing anybody who I'm talking to. It's very nice to have vertical things in front of you when you have this setup. So there it is. My legend. So I know number 2 is me. Number 1 is arm. It has to be very bold because I can't see it. With the light facing in front of me, I can't see shit. All right, so back to number 2. And I look up there because I'm like, yep, for number 2. When I used to switch the cameras on my own, I didn't know what the fuck you saw that. That would have sucked. So that is that screen, the keyboard. That keyboard's been here. But the screen, make sure that still works. The screen and that legend is our new applications for the initial part of the adaptation that is occurring. So I said, there's many things I have to make sure. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So that's the mechanical adaptation. There's nothing automated about that. So happy days, yeah. I can switch between the cameras if Thomas can't get here on time and make the show lively. So good, yay for me. Now, what happens if I'm in deep conversation with you? I would love that, by the way. I can't, even if I have a keyboard right here on my armrest, I cannot pay attention to that. It's gonna be too difficult. As it is with Thomas sometimes, because he can't pay attention to everything. So I need to go to the edge of automation and apply. Well, we live in a modern world. I mean, the world is, it's producing drones, and it's producing, everything. It's producing. I mean, pick your poison. It's producing a lot of things. If we don't take advantage of the world's wealth of invention, just jump off a cliff. You're not worth anything. Just go die some bullshit. So please. So I was like, okay, goddamn. So let me let's see if this is, how am I going to do this here? Am I going to show you? Let me see if I'm going to do it this way. Now, of course, I'm a futurist. I want to apply the most impressive application to this. Basically, remember, it's this keyboard that matters. This keyboard. Well, by the way, you're on bobbyjunelive. Welcome live. Subscribe. All that bullshit. We're talking about the automation of Switcher Studio. This keyboard is the only thing we're talking about tonight. Remember that. This oh, it's gross. This keyboard, 1 through 9, 9 cameras. I don't want to push these like this. I'm just pushing the keys. Oh, God, it's gross. I'm pushing the keys right now. Bing, 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 bing. I just pushed all 9 cameras. I don't want to do that manual here, sitting here. Neither does Thomas. Nobody wants to push these keys. No matter who is here. Ron did it once. Nobody wants to push the keys. It's impossible. It's tedious. We don't want to bale hay. We don't want to sweep the floor. We don't want to push keys. Nobody wants to do anything. So I'm automating that because it's the lamest thing in the world to push those keys. There's no way in hell. This show is so robust in conversation, you cannot push the keys. I don't care who you are. Come in here, bring your brain, talk to me. I guarantee you will not be able to push those motherfucking keys. I guarantee it. You can be lost. You'll forget. You know what will be said to you if you come in here, sit down with the keyboard in your hand, and we talk? Switch. Switch. You will not be able to switch. It's impossible. We're gonna make it a possibility. We are going to eliminate the fallible human that we are. This one track mind, this brain that we call ourselves multitaskers, but no, we go one thing at a time. So if I'm talking to you, if I'm talking to Thomas is talking to me. If I'm talking to T Smooth or Kara or anybody, whoever's a guest, I'm not going to be able to switch. It's not happening. So that then says, well, what are you going to do, Bobby? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to this thing? What is it that we can do to this item, this keyboard? Remember, it's the keyboard that matters. It hooks up to the iPad. The iPad is what switches the cameras. I don't mean to paint the picture redundantly, but, you know. So I have probably most of the ingredients behind me, next to me, that it's going to take to do that. And at least the initial stages. Now, I don't want it. I'm going to start homemade. But let me show you where we're probably going to end up. I don't want to do this initially. It's too much to do it initially. But it's sure, I mean, maybe I should just start. I don't want to show you this initially because I would like to, maybe I should keep the secret, but I don't care. Fuck it. So I look at the legend and I say, my phone is number 9. Okay. So there's my phone, and that's what I want to start with. Of course. Who doesn't want to start with that? This is where we're going to end up. And this is cheap. I know quite a bit about robotics. I don't know everything about robotics, but I keep tabs. I know. This thing's $169. I mean, what? $169. $169. Now this is, I don't know, 6 degree? Yeah, 6 axis. That means there's 6 points of rotation or 6 movement items. That's plenty to push a key. This thing can be placed above a keyboard and push the key. Now there's a big problem that you immediately encounter when it comes to pushing a key. And that is the secondary topic we're going to be talking about tonight. How do it know? How do it know? How a robot going to know? How a robot going to know if I'm talking? How's a robot going to know if Thomas is talking? How? So here comes hours and 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 hours of conversation, of searching and everything. Voice activation. Voice activation is the general answer to that. And the reason it's the general answer is that everybody that's in this studio is sitting in front of a microphone, which is the helpful aspect of voice, of sound, not even voice, sound being the reason why this will work. So I have a microphone. Everybody's got a microphone. And they're quite attenuated. I can't necessarily hear things that are going on around me because I have what's called an compressor next to me, which isolates the sounds from the room from my microphone. Like, and I showed you that before. I'm not going to do it again. But if I turn it off, you'll hear all the clicks and claps and all the bullshit around me. So they're quite isolatable, and that allows for a focused entity. My voice, a focused effector, to propagate through a controlled device, which is the wire and the mixer. So you have my voice. You can consider my voice as the finger that's trying to push the keyboard. So my voice is sitting here, and every time it talks, it wants to push the keyboard. That's really the last thought that you need to have regarding what we're trying to do. So I don't have to fucking sit there and push a keyboard. Thomas doesn't want to push a keyboard. I don't want to push a keyboard. Nobody wants to push a keyboard. Fuck the robot, push a keyboard. The robot, what number is the robot? 9. The robot doesn't want to push a keyboard either. But we're going to make the robot push a keyboard. Now, the robot doesn't come out of the box pushing the keyboard. This one might. I like that. This one I found. This one says, oh, this will definitely push the keyboard. I look at this and I say, wow, looks kind of like Thomas. Look at that. Got 5 fingers. Same problem. This guy, both of them don't want to push keyboard. Oh, he wants to push keyboard. No, he doesn't. This one actually wants to push keyboard more than this one wants to push keyboard. I swear to fucking God. These two guys are stupid. They don't want to push keyboard. You have to add a module, a sound control module. It's very complex when you hit these guys. These two dudes don't want to push keyboard. This guy loves pushing the keyboard. He's all about it. Man, this guy love pushing a keyboard. All right. This one don't want to push a keyboard. So and these are dirt cheap too. 119 for 2? Probably 1. Liars. Oh no, it shows 2. 2 left opposing thumb. 1 left, 1 right opposing thumb. So hold on. So those devices, the robotic ones, the impressive ones, require programming and additional sensors, which are going to be found, acquired, and applied for sure. Because there's nothing more that I want than a 6-axis robot out there pushing the keys of the keyboard when the next person talks. Oh, Bobby said something. Oh, Thomas said something. Oh, Bobby said something again. Thomas said something. Oh, Bobby said something. Oh, they said something at the same time. Then they get confused, but it doesn't matter because it's better than what we got now. So that will be. We will have arrived at that. We will have arrived when you see a 6-axis robot outside pushing the keyboard. And it will happen, I guarantee you. It will happen. I just know I need to take baby steps because it's fun and I gotta pee. No. Pardon me. Ooh. No, my chair bumps the fucking monitors behind me. It sucks. All right. So I should change that. Who cares? So what we're trying to do again is push the buttons 1 through 9 on this keyboard. Now, I'm not going to cry out to Jessica. I can do it myself. You know, if she wants help, fine. She still owes me that lightning cable. Motherfucker. Listen here, bus. I told you I'd come up. What? Other than that, other than the professional assisting us, you know, sometimes it's better to homemade your way through. So, push buttons on keyboard automatically when people talk. So the goal is every time somebody, we've got, I don't know how many microphones in here with how many people set up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mics, 10 or 11. Each one of those needs to, and they all come through the board here. Actually we have 20 mics because there's 20 inputs. We just say 20. So there's 1 or 2 that aren't taken. But Alexa, computer, what time is it?
It's 7:54 p.m.
That's a mic. That's an input into this board. Alexa, computer, is automation okay?
Here's something I found on the web.
Okay, Alexa, computer, be quiet.
Or I'm okay.
Yeah, okay, good. So, I like it when she answers personally, not, here's something I found on the web. So, each one of these microphones needs to be attached to a button on the keyboard. Married, if you will. So you have these. Now, I realize that I said there's 20 microphones here. You cannot attach 20 microphones to 9 buttons. Well, you can, but I'll explain that later. Don't worry about that. So you have 20. You have 9 buttons that you need to push. You could take, and this is what we'll do for sure, all of these 20 microphones. Let's say we assign 9 microphones to 9 buttons. Every time Teeth Smooths talks, number 4 gets pushed. Every time I talk, number 2 gets pushed, like right now. This is number 2. That's me. This is number 3. That's above me. This is number 2 again. That's me. So 1 through 9. Now, the microphones that are left over, because I have 20, will be reassigned to the number 1 through 9. So that means that, for example, if Ron comes in and talks on the podium microphone, we don't assign that a button push, but we do assign that a button push that catches that from a peripheral view. So if Ron talks on the microphone number 13, that will still affect one of the cameras 1 through 9. So we'll catch him out of the side of view. It'll probably affect this camera. Honestly, this will be the catch-all. This is the bitch-ass camera right here. What is it? It is multi. 4. Motherfucker. See? 4. 4. Oh, 4 gave up already? See, the 4 needs to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 needs to be. 4 is the camera that we have over ourselves as the multi-security camera. It needs to be managed. So I'm gonna have to make that a little more solid. Let me try it one more time. Yeah, it's dust. So that would be a go-to. So what we'll do is we'll make all of the rest of the cameras a multi-camera. That way you can see Ron if he's saying some shit over there. It'll be a shitty shot, but fuck it. Who cares? All right, so that is that is the keyboard's place in this requirement. So as the keyboard wants to be pushed, not by those hands, but not by our hands, Thomas and I, nor by the robotic hands yet. We need to bring in the voice activation is critical. All of these mics get talked into. My mic gets talked into, and then Kara's mic, or T Smooth, and mine and Kara. So we have, remember, these are effectors. So you can look at this as an effector coming out of here. This is my arm. You look at this mic as my finger. When I talk, there's a finger out there that wants to push the button down. That's what we need. So I need 9 effectors out there. And I can't use this. And I can't use this. This is really what I want. This is 9 effectors because that can spin and rotate and push down all 9 buttons. That's perfect. But I don't want to program that right now. I can't have the time. This one has 10 digits. Probably even more difficult to program. All right. So we're going to go to what's right. Thank you. Finally. This is what's real talk. This is where we live. Now, not right this second because I just found these today. But the toy industry is where we live. This is where we need to be. Because the toy industry has 2 things that are helpful. One, they have toys that move. They move shitty. Who cares? I don't care what it sounds like. I don't care what it does. It moves. They have toys that move. Roll, dance. They have toys. They do things. They move. Definitely move. And the other thing that the toy industry has is they have voice activation in some of these toys. This bitch ass moves when you say something, and quite reliably. And now that speaker in the front, don't get it twisted. That's not a speaker. We don't care about that speaker. Okay. But this dude, those bananas, see how he's lifting them up, and see how they go back down. He's lifting them up in the purple. And the turquoise one or the aqua one, they go back down. That means that there are 2 motors on either arm that move up and down. There's nothing more important than this. Because there's nothing more important than this. This motion does this. Okay? So if it does this, it's wonderful. So I just found these today. You can't stop but find toys that do dumb shit. So these items are voice activated and do this. Now, you can put 2 and 2 together. When you have a voice activated item and it does this, I don't think it takes much to realize that if you buy 9 monkeys, there's 2 right there. But if you buy 9 of them and you bolt, let's just put it in a very basic way. I don't want to, motherfucker, that goddamn projector. God damn it. If you took 9 monkeys and bolted them to each, if you took 9 of these monkeys and bolted their brains next to each microphone, and then you took their arms and bolted them outside in the producer's area next to the keyboard, you would have a functioning, remote operated, finger pushing, bitch ass keyboard pusher. But you can't separate the monkey from the brain. I mean, the finger from the brain. So the finger and the brain that hears the voice need to be living together. Now, I looked pretty hard, and I haven't looked hard enough, and I want to badly. I would love a remote brain and a remote finger. Okay, that would be perfect. If I, you know what, maybe I'll stop everything. I need to find a monkey's brain that has a finger elsewhere. Okay, aside from that, whatever. This monkey wants to push the button when he hears my voice. Every time this monkey hears my fucking voice, it can't wait to push the button. It can't wait. It'll be bomb. They take those bananas out of his hand, put the button on there. So, but this monkey has a hard time knowing if I'm talking or if Thomas is talking. So, and the monkey's out in the producer's area, which is in the kitchen, basically. So the monkey's sitting out there. There's 9 of them. There's 9 monkeys. 1 keyboard. They're all looking at the keyboard. Every monkey, all of the 9 monkeys, each monkey separately is attached to a microphone. So there's 1 through 9 monkeys. There's 9 monkeys. Remember, imagine 9 monkeys in a row. Number 1 monkey is my monkey. Number 2 monkey is Thomas's monkey. Now, number 1 monkey only hears my voice. Number 1 monkey out there on the wall only hears my voice. Mine's a turquoise one. Number 2 monkey only hears Thomas's voice. Both of those monkeys do not hear, they do not know if I'm talking. Number 2 monkey, Thomas's monkey, does not hear me. So if I'm talking, number 1 monkey, the turquoise one, takes his banana and taps number 1 key. Number 2 monkey doesn't do shit. Number 2 monkey didn't hear shit. Number 2 monkey is just sitting there in silence. Number 2 monkey wondering when the fuck action going to happen. Number 2 monkey's like, bitch, I thought people were going to be talking. But number 1 monkey's like, God damn, this Bobby guy does not stop with the yammer. Number 2 monkey's like, oh my God, I barely hear. Why am I here? Number 2 monkey. The purple one. Number 1 monkey's busy because that's me. So number 1 monkey is constantly, it hears me every time. It does a lot of pushing, unnecessary pushing. Because, see it? It's not switching. Come on, dude. Okay, sorry. Keyboard. Number 1 monkey, push, 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 push. Every time Bobby talks. Number 1 monkey, push, 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 push. All of a sudden, Thomas Drake says something. Purple number 1 monkey finally hears his voice in the little box out there, pushes the fucking thing. Pushes the button. Number 2 monkey, the purple one, this one right here, finally pushes the number 2 button because Thomas said something. And when number 1 monkey hears me again, because it won't be long, number 1 monkey, the turquoise one, will hit the number 1 because I said something. When Thomas says something again, number 2 purple monkey, don't forget about him, he hits number 2. So back and forth. If you're out in the producer's room and you see this action happen, you'll see 9 monkeys. You'll see 9 monkeys tapping on a keyboard. And God forbid that they type out Plato's Republic. Because aren't monkeys over a period of unending time be able to type every book on the planet? Yeah. Multiple universes. So these 9 monkeys out there, God help them, are ready and willing to hit number 1 through 9. So, okay, fine. So we have a couple other things here. Let me get to my phone. We have these 2 monkeys. They're cheap. $10 a piece. No biggie. We have this guy right here. Now, this is closer to what's in stock right now. Because the monkeys aren't here right now. But this guy right here, this whatever the fuck he is, he's $25. That's what I got right now. Now, I don't have him, but I have something very similar. Grot. Okay? He's cute, I guess. He dances when he hears a sound. Now, there's something about these monkeys. They're okay, but they don't have an input. Grot. Okay. So Grot has an input. Now, this is interesting. This guy, these two things are good. This guy's excellent. He's got all sorts of actuators. This guy can hit 2 keys in at once, but let's not talk about him. And he's like $49. So I don't want to deal with him, but there's more capabilities. Oh, by the way, this is what I wanted. This thing's excellent. This is a 6-axis, but it's a brushless motor. It's beautiful. It's only about $700. Now, only means only. I know to only, but this thing is amazing. There are a few different items here that I could show you guys. I mean, these are the robots I'm looking at. So, robot it is for sure. Oh, see, by the way, here's a test robot. These particular robots are very this one here has the ability to move very fast. This girl right here has an amazing website. She's fucking all hoed out and big ass tits, but she's rad. She has got excellent data on technology that allows very inexpensive and frustrate free automation. So I'm going to be looking at her stuff. So back to the robots at hand. You know, we have these items here. They can all push a button. But what we have in stock is a button pusher as well. So let me get the button pusher because we're ready for the automation. We don't talk about it. We be about it. It's not going to be a robot, so relax. I have to find a way to put tables around here. I got everything on the floor. Okay. Now let's see how am I going to display this. If I go to 3, bunk. Okay, so here we have. Let's see how I can move this, rotate that, and still be able to talk to you guys. So this box contains the current robotic mechanisms and supporting items that it takes to get this first stage going. Now, I have to deliver an explainer with this little guy because he is really where we should be, but unfortunately you can't operate a motherfucking Alexa without saying, "Hey Alexa." So this is where I wanted to start. Basically what you have here is an Alexa. This is I disassembled it to give it a face because this particular Alexa hangs in the green room like this from a light above, and hooked to it is a speaker, and so people can talk to it in the green room, and it's cute because the little nose in the middle lights up. So this is a fun Alexa, but you can't. This is what should be used because the automation through Alexa would be great, but I cannot, without massive programming, make Alexa react without saying the word that wakes it, the wake word. So this is not capable at the point I'm at right now with my level of time and expertise. So I wish this was the case. If this were the case, we would have very strong capabilities. Give me a second here. Okay. You see that pickle bullshit? This is the current answer. That's the answer right there. Thomas Drake probably knows this. He loves that he loves that the fuck does he love? He loves that Adult Swim. He likes that. Adult comics. I mean adult cartoons. He has that. He has that. I think he still watches that. I'm not sure. He hasn't talked about it a lot lately, but he always wants me to watch things on it. I'm like, listen here, dude. I don't I used to like I like the band Arrested Development. I don't want to live Arrested Development, okay? I got things to do. I got bills to pay. So this is Adult Development. This is a character on that program. I know it looks like a fucking dildo. And it even has nut in it. Let me prove it's a dildo. Hold on. It's got nut in it. See that nut? Hold on. You can't see it. Goddamn fucking piece of shit. Anywho, there's nut in there. It's white grease. There's a bunch of grease in here. And the reason there's a bunch of grease in this stupid pickle thing, is because it's a toy. Because I stripped it off because this device is what... Sorry. This is difficult. This device is that white hook that pickle slid over. See it? Now that's that pickle. What it does is, as everybody knows, or anybody wouldn't guess, a motherfucker dances when you say some shit. All right, so fuck that. I took the pickle off, and I straightened this. We got some more straightening to do. But let me give you let me show you let me go to the money shot. So when you say something, this bitch pushes the key. You ready? Hold on, let me get into it so you can see it. Test. Fuck. No. Okay, whatever. Yeah, sure. And I keep on talking, and it just keeps on spinning because it just hears me. And that thing could be pushing the key right now. For all I care, push the key all night. All night. That thing is pushing the key because I'm talking. And that thing is out there in the producer's room pushing the key constantly. Now, it doesn't push the key with that hook. It pushes the key with a very smooth key-pushing device. But it definitely pushes the key while I'm talking. But that's okay, because when I stop and I start again, each one of those is a push. So assuming Thomas would be talking while I'm not talking, Thomas has another one here, and his is pushing the other key. Now, that's fine when it's right next to me, if it's right here. But this is not good because I can't have it near me because the keyboard's out in the fucking kitchen. So, this thing has an auxiliary input. That's why this crap is right here. See, it hears anything. Watch. So this thing hears anything and does and rotates. Now I could turn this rotation into a button push. Because if you take this and put a bump on it and it rotates, it'll push the key. Push the key. Push the key. So that's fine. I'll take 9 of these, please. And see this auxiliary, this input back there? That hole, where is it? Right there, that black hole. That thing lets a headphone jack, microphone jack go in. So you mount 9 of these next to this keyboard, and you mount it in such a way where all of these devices are sitting over their particular key and they rotate at their particular time when we talk, you've got keys being pushed by stupid monkeys. So that job could be done by a monkey. Or even worse, a robot. And we're going to do that. Because if I free up Thomas's time, Thomas can take his creativity and apply it to more important things. Because it's not important to switch between cameras. If I'm talking and he's talking, there is an art to it. Let me dial that back a little bit. If we had the staff and capability of having somebody to have the ability to pay attention to switching, there are very interesting ways to create tension and goodness when you have a human switcher, because you will know when not to switch, and you will know when to switch, and you will know when to delay your switch, and you will know when to hectically switch or when to deny switching. So that robot's not going to be able to do all that cool shit. It's just going to switch when I'm talking switch, when he's talking switch, when I'm talking. It's not going to have an opinion. It's going to have an automation. So that's fine, because the nuance is not what we need. We need at least switching. So that nuance we'll get later. So Thomas will be freed up to be able to take all of the cameras that are in here and adjust them properly and set things up interestingly. And just, there's so many other things that we're not taking advantage of. There's a big green screen behind me. There's a ton of things in here that are waiting to be employed. So this will be great for that. And he can just converse otherwise, do whatevs. So this is this particular thing is fundamental in it, the basic switching, and we'll be able to turn this thing off. This is something that we have to be able to. If Thomas wants to take control of the situation, if I'm having a conversation with Liz again, and by the way, Liz, come in. It was a very Liz was our first interview, and she came in on day 7, and we tore it up. It was so fun. So Liz, come back. So if Thomas says, "Oh, Liz is coming back, I want to switch," then we need to be able to turn off these robots and have a manual switcher, or temporarily. So anywho, that's the current device amongst all of the other things that we're going to employ. That's the current one, this guy right here, the pickle. So we need to take this, we need to take the homie and make him function. Now there's an audio signal problem, because even though I'm talking into this mic, and this mic is what I look to as an effector or an effector, then this signal doesn't affect anything yet, and it's quite weak. This signal is very weak. So when this signal goes out of this microphone, it goes into the board right there. And the reason this signal can go into that board right now is because this board has power, and it's got phantom power, they call it. So phantom power supplies the power for this signal to transfer into this and move to your ear. So what needs to happen is, imagine this microphone still goes into the board and I talk to you. We need to take this cable right here and split it in half. So when it gets to the board, it still goes into the board and talks to you. But there's a Y. So the cable goes into the board, but then I divert part of the signal into another cable. Now, problem is these microphones are weak. So we can't get the sound through that Y, because you know what I want to do with that Y, right? I want to take the Y out and put it in the kitchen. so the homie can hear it. Wait, where's the homie? Yeah, I threw him out there. So this sound. This sound right here. Wait, hold on. I can only do it with it. This sound right here. So this particular, even if I do this, it needs to that come bucket needs to hear everything we do. ASRM or something. It's ASRM, I think it is. She tried to pull that ASRM shit on me. I was like, bitch, I did it already. Come on, what the fuck you talking about? Don't get loud. Listen here. T-Smooth. I got so many mouth noises in me. It sounds so fucking gross. And then they do that. They do. Man, I swear to God, chicks are crazy. They do this right here. They're all. And then they're like, oh, wait, if I had hair. I reached up for my hair to rough my fingers through my hair. I still have old latent thoughts of having hair. I swear to fucking God. I did it in front of him. I swear I did that in front of somebody about, I don't know what it was. I think it was about a week ago. I did something like this. I think it was in front of fucking T-Smooth. I don't know who it was, but I went like this. I went like this. Hold on, I gotta take out my headphones. Oh, it was so sad. It was like old action. Old ass action. Man, I miss my hair. I don't know if it was the hardest thing I ever went through to to lose my hair, but it was fucking hard. It was so hard that I went through hat stages for years. I went through 2 years, I think 2 years of hat denial stage. Man, it's hard. It's a bitch. Divorce is harder, I think, but hair loss, wife loss, and hair loss. Those are big ones. Imagine other people, other thing losses. Dick, arm, 2 arms. Imagine, God, there's a ton of things you could lose that are just detrimental for everything. So, we have a weak signal coming out of this microphone. Remember, split. We have to split it. We have to still feed this board, but we have to take half of that signal, go out to the kitchen. Remember, every microphone has to do that. Every microphone in here has to take half of the signal. And the board here, this hold on. Wait. Where is it? Over me, 3. This board here. Okay, hold on. 4. No, 5. No, 5. 6. Okay, this board here does not like signal split. This is my cable right here. When you split this in half, I'll show you what it does. Okay, let's see. Oh, see? That's crazy. So what it did was, now, I took and applied the original thing. So it took a lot of bass out. So, interesting. All right, so now, I could equalize for that. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. I could equalize for that. Let me try to equalize for that. I'll take out some highs. Hello? Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Oh, no. See, that sucks. See, it took a lot of bullshit out. Let me bump up the gain. Here, there's some more gain right there. All right. And we'll bring it back down. And let me bump up the volume. There's more volume. Same shit. All right. So now we have a very chintzy sound. Let me see. Test 1, 2. Yeah, it's very chintzy. It's like holding back. Don't hold back. Now, that's what happened when I split the cable, because this cable, this thing right here, hold on, overhead, where you at? Overhead's which one? I have to look at my legend. Now you can't see shit. Oh, okay. Here, I'll do this. Phone. No. Multi? No, number one. Here, number one, Dick. Don't be crazy. Number one. There we go, baby. See this? Ah. Hold on a second. I'm not going to do anything. All right, so anyway, let me put on my smart glasses. Oh, my God, I can't see shit. All right, so now we have a weaker sound. Yet we have a 1/8" in. Now this 1/8" in is what I've been wanting to try all night. So, oh, it's not going to work. What am I talking about? Is the mic in? No, it has to go the other way, you dumb. Okay, hold on. The mic comes in. Jesus, hold on. In there. All right. So there. Okay. My bad. I apologize. I had to switch it up the other way. So now we have a thing. We have a thingy. Bomb to have thingies. I love my thingies. This bitch is supposed to hear me. So what we do, if we plug this into this, and we do it, because we can do it like this, of course. Watch. I say something. That's a cheat. We don't want that. We have to plug it into the back. If I plug it into the back and I whisper into this bitch, if it rotates, we win. Ready? We don't win, actually. See, that's why we don't win, because this microphone I'm talking into, when you don't have power applied, the signal coming out of this isn't strong enough to go into that punk and affect it. So now we know that we need to have an amplifier between this punk right here and the homie dough. So this doesn't work as is. Okay. But sure will work like that. All right. So now we know we need an amplifier for this device to work. That's given that we are happy with this degraded sound quality that we've applied to ourselves. Because when I go back to the original microphone sound, you'll hear the betterness of me. See? Who wants that fucking stupid bullshit? How much sacrifice can you have? You don't want that. See what automation does to you? It makes you sound like shit immediately. That's horrible. We don't care though. That's fine. We'll figure it out. I figure it out. So there is the aspect of thinning the signal that we don't want to do. But it's at least workable. That's one thing. Now, the other, let's see here. We have to look at this here. We have a lot of, we have some devices here. We've got a Bluetooth speaker. We've got We have lavaliers. These are microphones. Just like any newscaster wears or whatever. These microphones here are things that we can apply. This is a mixer. We also have a mixer over here. We have other speakers. Bluetooth speaker. So there's an array of items that we can apply. We're going to set these over here real quick. Get them out of the way. Where is it? All right. Oops. All right. Let's see. Wow. No interesting shots. All right. Let me just watch my back bend over this. Great. Wonderful. So, there's a Bluetooth speaker. Okay. We also have a selection of audio devices that we can apply. Okay. Put these back. We also have tools and substrate. Now, I've got more than this, but these are the things that seemingly fit the application. Because what one needs to do is prepare the surface for both items to function upon. And the surface has a keyboard on it. And 9 monkeys. And Thomas needs to make sure the 9 monkeys turn off sometimes and turn back on. So this arena. Oh, so gross. This arena here needs to be controllable. We have some tape. Solder and tape. Okay. I don't want to solder, but okay. That's one of my weak points. Welding being my weakest. And then we have a slew of tools. Okay. And we have a torch. I mean, this is what it took to... Where's the goddamn camera? I can bend that arm real quick. That's a good one, too. So, these things here... Oh, God, it's so sticky. These items will create the base for the pushing of the button. Because we have to push the button. Remember, we have a button to push. Now, I'm not going to push the one on the white keyboard. I'm going to push one on the black keyboard. This keyboard, let's see if it works properly. Hold the shift key down. 3. Wait, I got to turn it on. No. 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. Perfect. This thing, goddamn, it works so good. So this is the keyboard we're going to use to push automatically. This is the fundamental unit that is going to be used to push, that the monkey will push. So the monkey, where's the monkey? The monkey will hear me or Thomas and push. Ooh, ooh. Wait, hold on. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait, ooh, wait. wait. I have to apply the ever important shift key holder downer. There it goes. Now the monkey, when the monkey pushes number 6, ooh. When the monkey decides to push number 2, ooh. When the monkey pushes number 1, ooh. When the monkey pushes number 6, ooh. And so on and so forth. So the monkey push, and the camera change. We got 9 monkeys, 9 buttons, 9 cameras. And you know what? Everything here is to make you smile. So fuck you. Okay, so this gets mounted because you can't have a keyboard moving around. This thing has to be firmly placed. And that's just a given. Any human would realize that. You can't have 9 monkeys tap a keyboard that's moving around. Not when they have to tap it accurately. So I have to mount this to the keyboard. I mean to the board. To a board of sorts. And that, while as I attach it to the board, I have to make sure there's room for the monkeys. Because you got to have 9 monkeys. I'm sitting here controlling 9 keys. You take me out of the loop, 9 monkeys have to replace me. That's not a bad equation. 1 human equals 9 monkeys. That's about right. You would think that's about right, actually. If you had to think about monkeys and what they mean to us from a competitive perspective. Like if I had to take me and say, if I could, what would it take? How many monkeys would it take to replace me? You know, worrisome like, competitive like. I would say that a 9 would be a fair number because we know that they are the brethren, they are the creators, they are the unknown creators. So we have to give them respect to the degree that they were right before us. No, they didn't create us, okay, but nonetheless. So we have to. So if you give them 9 monkeys to equal 1 human, let's just say that's a fair number. I don't mind that number. I'm not insulted by that number. I think that number is a fine number. I don't want 3 monkeys to equate us. No, thank you. I worked too hard for that, bitch ass. Shit. So we need bass. And I brought this wood in, but I have an aluminum plate that I've been moving around. So let's use this. This aluminum plate, I would say, would be better because it's larger, firmer, lighter, and thinner. Now, it's a little bit odd in shape, but okay, who cares? Who cares? So we have this aluminum plate. This is odd, actually. Let me. I'm going to use this. I'm going to employ this camera called One, so I can direct it. Let's see here. How can I do this? There. See? Much better. I like the one above me, but whatever. Oh, I got some work to do. There's a deal. We're learning. Okay, who cares? So here's the plate that the keyboard will be attached to. Now, the keyboard needs to be hit from both sides, I would say. Because when you have 9 monkeys, they take up a lot of room. You can't just have a row of monkeys on this side. They're going to be fighting. They're going to be bumping elbows. You would think. Now, there's one thing good about this device. This monkey here. There's one monkey. This is a single monkey. It's got a flat. This is good because it goes down and it stays. This is good. And the auxiliary port you see here is accessible, which is wonderful. So this is the monkey above. Let's put it above number 1. Let's just be about it. Oh, we're running out of space here. This is not good. This cut out here. This is not good. Let's just pretend it's not there. The monkey is above key 1. Now, if I were to turn on the monkey and it was and this device was at the proper height, the monkey would, when I say something, it reacts. Now, don't look at that hook. Don't look at the hook. The hook is nothing. I'm going to be fixing that. I'm going to be making it into a mellow button-pushing device. Don't you worry. So imagine 4 more monkeys on this side and 5 monkeys on that side. No, let's do 4 on that side, 5 on this side. All right? Hold on, I got to get a tool. I'll be right back. Pardon me. So give me a minute. Sorry. Okay. This crap over here. It's necessary. All right. Pardon. Okay. So the monkey pushes number 2, and we have to mount number 1. We have to mount 9 monkeys to this damn board. So we have to do it symbolically right now, because these, which one was it? 3. This monkey here sorry, I have to fix the compressor so you don't hear me breathe like a freak. This monkey has to be mounted symbolically. Not permanently, symbolically, to this board. Let's not have it press. Let's have it press. You know what? Let's have it press Thomas's number. Thomas is number 8. Let's see if let's see if that's appropriate. Or let's see if that's correct. Yes, that's Thomas's camera. Okay, so we see that number when we push number 8. We see Thomas. When we push number 2, we see me. Thomas. Me. So let's have it push number 8. Now, that means we're going to rotate the keyboard so from a distance it pushes number 8. And you see clearly that it can reach. So what we have to do is first lift the keyboard. But this hook thing is fucked. That thing? Lame. We're going to straighten that out. Hold on, what's the other one? Oh, number 1. Pardon. Okay, so we're going to straighten this hook out. Sorry if it's upside down, right side up, whatever. Okay. First off, we have to straighten it. Now, we might cut it, but let's try to straighten it first. I would love to have every tool in front of me, but whatever. So we have to heat it up slowly. No, slowly. I mean slowly. This is a MAP gas. It's strong. I have to be very careful. I wanted to heat every aspect of this nugget up. Because when you're doing something like this and you have this device attached, you don't want to, like, get rid of it. I don't want to just cut this tip off. I want to see if I can use it. Now, if I fail and it doesn't work, I'll cut the bitch off. All right. So now we have to see if we can bend it. Now, as we do that, we see that we've gained length. There's nothing wrong with the hat. Shit. Uh-oh. Hurry up. Don't be shy. Because if I would just cut that tip off, maybe I need that length. I don't know. Shit. Yeah. So now we took this and we took the hook and we made it straight. Fine. All right. Yep, you do. And then let's deburr it. This is good deburring. So now we have a device that reacts like this. Test. 1, 2. Now, the reason I'm happy about this is because what we're going to do. Hold on, let me get my arms right. What we're going to do is we're going to make. Ow, shit. We're going to create a bump on this. Some type of bump that goes. Imagine this plane was straight, or this line was straight. You would have a hump. So it would go like this. It would go, wow, and this hump that you create is the button pushing hump. Now it only exists on this side. Around the other side, it doesn't exist. But on this side is a whoa. That hump, smoothed in the right way, not with this crap here, but smoothed in the right way, will create a button hump. Because actually, it'll probably go like this. The hump will go like this, not like this. And so when it rotates over the number 8, it pushes the number 8 down because the hump pushes. Oops, I pushed number 8. It pushes number. Where's it? Hold on. I know I'm pushing number 1, but the hump has to sit above this, right? So the hump has to sit above. Let's pretend this is number 8. When it rotates, it has to have a bump on it, so it these things are when you're pushing it with your finger, it's not a big deal. But when you push it with something you're trying to change, you realize that motherfucker. Can we weaken that? It's strong. It's strong. There's a point of no return. It's like when you push it, it's like a, you know what those look like underneath? They look like a bubble. Or whatever that is. There's probably many ways to apply that, but it's like a bubble. You push down and it pushes back. It's a non collapsible bubble. So that is not easy to push. And we have an immediate problem because the flex in this arm is so great. You see that? When you look at it inside, you see that. Hold on. There's a lot of flex. So what I'm saying is when you mount this here and you put it above 8 and this rotates, if it has a bump on the other on one side and it pushes down on 8, it's not going to push down on 8. It's going to push up on itself. You know, because of the flexibility. Look at this flexibility. So we have to now take this length and shorten it. Because there's much less flexibility over here. But there's still a lot. Now, if you could see me do this in person, you'd be very concerned. Because let me do it this way. There's a lot of, even here, there's flexibility. So then you're immediately concerned inside. And you look inside. And you see things that disturb you. Let me get my camera. Hold on. So what you have is you have it's nice and simple, but it's surmountable, okay? What you have, and you don't want to go ripping it apart right away because you want to preserve the functionality of the device. When you're modifying something like this, you definitely don't want to just rip a bitch apart. But what you see in there are 2 screws. Hold on. Where are the screws? Let me get them in my view first. Okay, there they are. What you see are 2 screws. There they are. Hold on. Fuck. Follow me. God damn screws. There we go. Okay, I turned it a little bit. See those 2 screws? If I take those screws out, the white thing will come out. There we go. That's a good view. Now, if I do that, Jessica, please. Where are you? Dude, you know what? Fuck you. Pissed. I need electrical capabilities up in this bitch. Shit. What am I? Can't do everything. Okay, there they are. Those 2 screws. I can yank the white thing out and take those screws and put something else in there. There they are. Hold on. There they are. Anyway. Those 2 screws, I can pull the white thing out. Now, when I jiggle the white thing, I even see movement in the black thing with the screws. So it makes you want to take, and I've taken this off already, it makes you want to take off the plate. Now, what you see under the plate is complexity. It's not that complex, but it is, the plate does act as a frame. And I've had this experience before. Here's some wisdom. If you take a bitch apart that acts as a frame to the device you're trying to manipulate, you will have immediate problems. The frame itself is not necessary, but it will cause you problems. It will cause you concern. You take this gray piece of crap holds the inside mechanism together in some ways. Not all ways, but some ways. So I would like to leave this trash can as is. So then we take this, when you hear it, that motor has movement. You know, it's got movement. So, and I thought about this earlier. We can apply a sleeve to this. The sleeve goes over this rod and matches, hold on, and matches the surface down there. That surface is flat. See that gray surface? That's a flat surface. So if we take a sleeve and put it over like a pipe, let's look at it like a, let's see, 3/4 inch conduit. We'd go down, get some 3/4 inch conduit. And you take it. And first off, before you put the 3/4 inch conduit, you take and you put on top of that a piece of foam that is rippable. So you pick a donut. You put a donut down there. Very thin donut. Like, you know, very thin. Like, hold on. Like that thin. And you put it in there. You create it. You make it out of a piece of foam. You put it down in there, and then you take the pipe, and you put the pipe over the rod. And the pipe then hits the donut. Now, the pipe doesn't hit the metal down there because there's a donut between. So you have this pipe, and you have the donut it sits on, and then you have the metal disc, the silver disc down there, the all impressive silver disc. Then you take in this pipe that you've placed over the rod, you fill it with epoxy, okay? And you straighten it out. You try to make it as straight as possible. Actually, what you do, you use the donut and the flatness of this thing, and you disregard the direction that this rod looks at. What degree upward it is or is not. Who cares? Because you have 3/4 inch conduit coming up. So you rest the conduit on the donut that sits on the silver thing. You understand that this is sitting flat, and you measure the uprightedness of this conduit, and you place it, sit it, and then pour epoxy down the conduit. It's hollow, the conduit. It's a hollow pipe. It's a pipe. For those who know what a conduit is, it's just a tube, metal tube. You can use plastic, doesn't matter. Now, this conduit, okay, I just recognized a problem. This conduit, you pour the plastic down. Now, this conduit is attached to this rod permanently. So now you've made this rod into a tube. And the tube, when it spins, hello? It spins perfectly. It doesn't spin all shitty. It doesn't even acknowledge this thing in here. Now that's a problem because you have to worry about right here. So really, the attachment has to exist here. Here. This is maybe I might have to eject this white thing. The white thing might be a problem. The white thing might be the white thing might be the core of all problems. So now, when this tube, however it's attached, is attached to that black thing, let's look at it. Hold on, let's turn it off. Let's look at the black thing here. See, the black thing, it's a piece of shit. The black thing moves a lot. So it still has to have the donut because the tube sits on the silver metal base plate. Because the reason there's a donut manufactured is the donut that sits between the metal silver thing and the tube, the plastic, the metal base plate you see there, the silver thing, and the metal conduit that is placed over this and glued into place, attached to this. That donut gets ripped out. Now what you have is then a gap between this silver cylinder and that base plate. The base plate allowed you to align it appropriate to the plane that this exists on, yet remain separate so that it can spin and not rub. Now that's a little anal, but okay. So this thing has a perfect tube on it. It spins appropriately, and then you put your nub on it, and it forces down it forces that number down. Now, boom, 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 and you get this happiness of being switched. So everybody out there is happier. Now, this needs to be mounted and tested. Oh, Thomas, are you here? Hey, what's up?